Hello, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Filter Pixel Live Show. Man, I am so glad that you're here with me today. I want to say hello, friends. I am so grateful that you're here because we have an exciting episode of the Filter Pixel Live today. My name is Jim Landers, and I am the community head for Filter Pixel. And my mission is to uplift photographers and be a part of making their dreams become a reality. Each week on Filter Pixel Live, I interview a remarkable member of the photographer community so that you can get to know the movers and the shakers in our constantly evolving industry. A little bit of housekeeping before I begin, though. Throughout the show, I encourage you to comment. I encourage you to ask questions. I want you to interact. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to hit that love button as many times as you want. That's encouraging for us. We want to see it. In fact, go ahead and do it right now. But what I really want you to do is let me know you're here in the comments by entering hashtag live. Hashtag live. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, enter in hashtag replay. But for those of you who are watching right now, as we're doing this live, hashtag live so that we know you're watching us live right now. I also want you to do me one favor. Click on that share button. Click on share. That lets more people know about what it is that we're doing. I want to have more impact on the photography community, and we do that with your help by clicking that share button. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, Filter Pixel saves hours of manual work for you by automating your culling and editing processes. You can join over 3,000 photographers by using AI, who are using AI by joining the Filter Pixel family on Facebook by scanning this code I'm about to put up on your screen right now. So scan that code. I'm going to put it up in the top left here in just a second, just in case you don't see it in time. But use that QR code to go to the Filter Pixel family Facebook page so you can join the Filter Pixel community and be a part of a lot of others who are doing exactly the same thing that you're doing. So, Filter Pixel family. I'm going to put that up in the top left now because I don't want it to take that much of my screen. But now you see it up in the top left, right? So go ahead and scan that. I'll leave it up there for just a little bit longer. But that takes you directly to our Filter Pixel family Facebook community. So scan that. All right. In this special monthly segment, Ayush Arora, founder of CEO of Filter Pixel, will give us the inside scoop on the latest developments. So today we'll learn about the new initiatives that this team is working on. So let's hear it directly from the driving force behind it all, Ayush Arora. Hey, Ayush, how's it going
Hey Jim,
today?
how are you? I'm good. How
I'm
are
doing
you?
fantastic. It's good to see you as always.
Well, it's nice to be here, and thank you so much for hosting this and helping everyone understand what FilterPixel is, and helping everyone understand what we are doing in the FilterPixel family group. So nice to
Mhm.
see these initiatives.
I totally agree. And imagine that you guys are working tirelessly, nonstop, around the clock, trying to make all these things happen, making us look like heroes. And so we definitely appreciate you and your team and what you're doing to make our lives easier.
Well, we try our best to save you as much as we can. Both in terms of time and money. We know photography is not about only clicking photos, it's way more than that. So, the more we can actually remove the repetitiveness in the workflows, the more time photographers can get back to do the things that they love the most, rather than spending hours and hours, which they used to do without the AI age, in front of their computers. So, I mean, our motive is not only to help them save time, but at the end grow them, as uplift them, as wherever they are in their learning journey.
Nice. I mean, I used to spend for events about a 2-to-1 ratio. So if it took me 4 hours to photograph something, it would take me about 8 hours to go through the images. And so I not only do I not have to spend those 8 hours any longer, the time that it takes for FilterPixel to do the culling process and the editing process is so short, and I'm not having to be active during that time. I can go get a sandwich. So
You can have a coffee. I mean,
exactly.
uh, you don't need to sit in the front in front of the computer, because every time you are actually letting the AI do that process, you have plenty of time to cover up things that you have planned in your life to do. For example, you have a bucket list to do, so probably cross that list item in your bucket list whenever the AI is doing his stuff for you. So you can feel accomplished.
Oh, man, I love it. Well, I know you have some things you want to share with us, some updates. So can you give us a sneak peek into the exciting new updates for FilterPixel?
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely have something prepared, but before we dive into that, I would love to share why we are doing what we are doing in terms of the updates.
Yeah.
So you see, like, FilterPixel family now is approximately 3,000 photographers, and we keep on getting feedbacks. We effectively launched the entire editing product in such a way that people can come in and use FilterPixel edits as hashtag in the community to provide us feedback. So our team actually collected all that hashtags from the community, from whatever sources we were having, to finalize what things are having the priority, which adds more value to photography workflows. And few of the things which we realized as common patterns when people were doing culling using AI, they were having trust issues. So they always feel that AI is not going to help because it might miss. One of the things which we realized too quickly in the
Yeah.
process is uh, based on different kind of photography genre, for example, sports, wedding, events, portraits, the expectations of the photographer changes. So how many photos do you want to actually select at the end of this project is something, a criteria that they always keep in their mind. And you know it was relevant for us to collect those feedbacks and figure out a way where we are also selecting the same kind of photos that are going to select. you know so instead of AI taking a decision, hey, so you give me 5,000 photos, I will automatically select the best 1,000. It's like, if the photographer is willing to select the best 800 rather than 1,000, then what you're going to do? So how close we can reach to that particular number, which photographer really want to ship to their clients. So we realize, like, there are two problems. One, when you come from a photo shoot, you have thousands of photos with you
Yeah.
to go through and finalize the best ones. You can't give all of them to your client because the client will feel overwhelmed. You cannot give lesser to your client because if you give lesser, they devalue your work, right? So there's going to be a balance. So every photographer throughout the journey of from where they started, from where they are right now in their journey, have figured out a kind of way where they know what is their magic number, what is their secret sauce. And when AI is trying to mimic that behavior,
Yeah.
AI is trying to be like a photographer. So AI is trying to get into photographer's mind and trying to predict what this guy is going to do, because it's a learning process. So it's always learning and it's always checking. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is actually getting 500 photos selected, 800 photos selected, and that was a challenge for us. So in this update, because a lot of photographers reached out to us with feedbacks like it is selecting too much, it is selecting too less. We figured out a system where you can control the AI how much do you want to select, you know, and and it's like kind of a customization option, but at the same time it solves a crucial problem. If you are taking a lot of duplicates versus if you are not taking duplicates, it
Yeah.
solves a crucial problem of what's your customizable settings so that the AI can work like you, right? So that's the first thing we learned from the community, right? And this community is so helpful. I would like to thank all of those photographers who are in our community and trying to help us every single day to make this product better and better. And the result, whatever we are having today, the demo that I'm going to show, it's all coming from that community, right? Like every single bit of it, every single uh, you know pros, wherever they talked about we're better, wherever they talked about we have to improve, we're still learning. I'm not saying we're perfect, but I think the community is the secret sauce, uh, you know on the back of which this product is able to sustain.
Nice. That's a lot of variables that you have to consider.
I mean, yeah, as and one of the challenge is, you have to find out which features are worth implementing, which is the toughest job, because
Hmm.
everybody has a different workflow. So they
Yeah.
they expect the feature to work.
Yeah.
They
That's right.
expect the feature to work in their way.
Hmm.
I think my voice will be better now because I just switched on the noise cancellation now. It was off. So I'm so sorry, guys, if you were having
Oh, it was
some
clear.
noise.
It sounded good.
Okay, perfect. So it will be better now. Uh, so what I was saying, like, because everybody has a very different workflow, we were unsure about which features need priority and which features, you know, are not having that much priority. So if you see our community, you yourself suggested to do polls and things like that in the community where we can take suggestions. So I sometimes open polls in the community where people can vote
Mhm.
on what they think is the priority, what they can
Good.
expect in the next update, and that is something help us prioritize those things. So again, whoever is helping, thank you so much, guys, and keep helping, because you know that's the future, and we're building it with you.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for that
So
behind the scenes
yeah,
look at how you come up with the different things that you work on to make happen for us. Because it's uh, we have what we have, but and we don't really know why we have it. And so, you telling us that it comes from our responses to your questions and the questions that we're asking in the Facebook community for Filter Pixel Family. That is how you're choosing what to do next. That's valuable information that I think we all need to know. And I think that encourages those of us who want something to participate even more to make sure those things happen, since that's where you're gaining that information.
yeah, I mean, like, the only thing we want is, it's not us who are building this product, it's the entire photographic community who's building this product. So when this product go anywhere in the world, uh, and when other photographers see it, whether they're a part of community or not, they can actually see that their request has been considered. Because when the community is so diverse, you get diverse opinions, you get different workflows to think about. Whatever experience you have as a photographer, you are individual. Like, you cannot think everything. So because community is giving diverse opinions, that's where the value lies. Every time we think about a feature, we think about in depth of how many people are talking about this feature, how crucial it is going to be in our own success metrics, which is saving time for photographers, how much it is going to save. Not only that, when we try to check, we sometimes talk to users and we ask them questions within the community, either by private DM, and I'm very active in messaging directly on Facebook. So sometimes people from community directly approach to me if they have any doubts or if they want to suggest a feature. People are not sometimes they don't feel comfortable in talking that openly, so they can directly send me a message on Facebook, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty active there, and I try to reply
Yeah.
every single bit of it, because I feel if they are putting that much effort to come forward, and if they're going out of their comfort zone, meeting a stranger for the first time, giving you the suggestion what to do, what not to do, well, it is my responsibility to reply back.
I have noticed that you are very active. I see you
Yeah,
there all the
I
time.
try
It
to be.
makes me think that you've got more hours in your day than the rest of us.
Yeah, probably I have an
Can
AI.
I can I take your time bending class?
Uh, Gosh.
So, anything else that we can have as a sneak peek into,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on at
So
FilterPixel?
yeah, so what I am going to do now is I'm gonna share quickly, like let's jump quickly uh towards the demo.
Ooh, I wanna see the
Let
demo.
me check. Yeah. Are you excited? If you're excited, just write in the comments that you're excited.
You know what? Also tell us where you're watching from. Tell
Yeah,
us what
that would be
city,
great.
and or country that you're watching from, 'cause there are people here from all over the world, so we wanna know where you're watching us from.
Okay, so can you see my screen by the way? Oh, you have to take it. Uh yes, that's perfect. Just thinking why it's not fully screen, but okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you entire workflow very quickly, and then I'm gonna introduce you the features that are new, right? So as a photographer, when you come from a photo shoot, you go to filterpixel.com, you download the free trial, the Culling app. That's 14 days free. So you go download it, you open it, log in, and the first screen that comes up in the FilterPixel app is to create a new album. So you click the button, and here you can directly take photos from your hard drive, your SD card, wherever they are, and you drag drop the entire folder containing either your raw files or JPEGs. So currently, I have few weddings over here. So I will just put the folder having the photos, raw photos, NEF um, into this app, and then I have to name it. So I can just name it J and H wedding or whatever, and then I can choose the AI. So this step is very important. Whatever type of shoot it is, you have to choose that AI. So for example, right now this is wedding and events. So I'm going to choose wedding and events, and if it's a portrait shoot, I'm going to choose portraits. So let's say I figured out that I'm going to take weddings and events because this is a wedding type of genre. Then I click start now. Now, what is interesting over here is as you click start now, all the photos start coming up right away into your app. So even if you don't like AI, or if you are kind of not trusting much on the AI, and when you want to go manually through them, it's too quick than Lightroom, because Lightroom is going to build previews for hours. So you can see all the photos in full screen mode just quickly before anything like culling starts. But at the back end, if you see, the culling automatically gets started. So if you see currently, if you go back and you check what is happening behind the scenes right now, it says like culling is in progress. So that's what you see on the right hand side top bar, which actually indicates that culling is in progress. There are 14 minutes left before this project gets completed. There is a small line which is written like photos are getting analyzed at this time, and after this analysis process, they will be tagged either selected, rejected, or duplicates. So let's say you come from a wedding shoot and then you have thousands of photos with you. Now the AI is going to analyze all of them in this process, and you can just go have a walk, have a coffee. You don't need to sit in front of the computer for that time being. And once this actually completes the process, you are going to see the classification into selected, rejected, and duplicates at the top bar. Now, previously in the previous update, when we shipped earlier, we learned that the naming convention over here, the way this navigation bar was actually created was confusing. After taking a lot of reviews, we realized like we have to improve on that. So we made it very simple now. So now, after the culling is done, all you see is three sections: select, reject, all. If you want to see the duplicates, you can click apply filters and you see the duplicates within that. So what we want you to do is after this process gets completed, you go to your selected and start the review process. You just go through quickly what the AI has selected and you go through them quickly, and I'll show you that as well. So I have this project right now, and it's culled. So the here the project that is going on, it's actually culled over here. So I'm going to show you some results of what you are going to see at the end. So you see at the end, you are going to get a kind of classification of photos into selected, rejected, and all. So here selected are 386, rejected are 707, all is 1231. And you can actually figure out which one you want to see first. But at the same time, what's new over here now is you can actually click customize and restart culling on the right side. I'll show you again. So here is after the culling is completed, you see a setting called customize and restart your culling process. Now, restart doesn't mean it will start from zero. Restart means real time start. It has already computed everything it needs. It just asks you to tweak your customization settings. So, for example, you don't want, um, you don't want focus to be, one of the major criterias to select your photos. So you can just make focus as lenient, or you don't want eyes to be perfect. You make eyes as linear. You don't want the photos to be grouped very straight, right? So basically, if you see this clearly here, it is written more selects, and here it is written less selects. And uh, every bar is just like that: more selects, less selects. So if you want to reach the end of the spectrum, which means you want minimum photos, you just have strict, 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 right? And you want to go to the other end of the spectrum, which is you want the maximum photos from AI, you go lenient, lenient, lenient. By default, the setting is moderate, 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 right? So you can play around that. What is your sweet spot? What is your favorite number? And then you can let the AI do its work. Now, basically, this is done to solve the issue where there are photographers who shoot 20,000 photos in a wedding, and then there are photographers who shoot 3,000 photos in a wedding. Now, those who shoot 20,000 photos in a wedding, they have to keep everything strict. Otherwise, they never reach to a number which they want. Photographers who shoot 3,000 photos in a wedding, they can play around moderate, right? So that probably will be the best thing for them. In this particular case, I have taken duplicates as moderate, which is default, high quality as moderate, which is default, and focus I made strict because I want it to be crisp, sharp, clear. Uh, and then I click restart. So what I see over here is when I click restart, whenever I go and change that number, this number is going to change. So if my initial setting was 386, I'm going to see 386. If my initial settings are, moderate, 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 probably I will see initially 700, then I will go change the setting and I will have a different number over here. So you can play around the settings, and this is something that you have seen, like in a second, everything gets completed. And because I was having the same settings, the results are same. So now you can actually check the results. And this is also too quick. And the best way to do this is to start from your selected photos, which AI has selected, and quickly go through and reject whatever you don't want. So for example, let's see a few examples. So I'm gonna actually check few photos where I think I can show you some duplicates of what it selected and what it hasn't. But anyways, now you can see that everything is there. And if you don't want any photo, you can manually reject. So let's say this one. So what I see over this photo, there are three faces that comes on the right. Now, as if you're using any tool, in the past, like Lightroom or Bridge, you have to take the photo into full screen. Then you have to zoom every face to check whether eyes are sharp, expressions are clear. Now, even the AI has done your work. There are only 386 photos here. You can actually see the faces over here. You don't need to zoom in, right? So the thing is, because you don't have to zoom in, um, you can take quick decision over here. If you don't want this photo, if you see the expression is not good, you don't want that expression, you can just reject. How do you reject that? You right click, you say reject, or you can press X key on the keyboard and it will get rejected. So this is the review process. You can also see, if the AI has selected the best from the duplicate. So for example, here it says 1 out of 4. If you see this button, it says 1 out of 4, which means there are 4 similar images to this image. And the AI is asking, do you want to review that? If you like the faces that are appearing on the right hand side in the photo, I generally avoid reviewing because that's a waste of time. If I already like that photo, I don't want to see its duplicates. And that's a very crucial point to remember, right? If you want to save time, you don't need to review duplicates of every single thing. I'm going to just click, just for the sake of it, though I like that photo, and I'm going to see what are other duplicates, and they appear like that, right? So you see all the photos are almost similar, just like the head is tilted here and there a bit. I can just double click and check, and it will kind of zoom in to that particular area where I can compare face to face, right? Now, this looks like a buzz shot and it is almost same. So the AI is like duplicate, 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 and one selected. So the AI is going to select at least one. If you don't change the settings in the moderate setting, it will select at least one from every duplicate set, and you are not going to miss any photo for sure. So that's pretty much of how this process works in terms of importing, selection, right? And then the last part of it is export, which is a one-click way to take photos, whatever you have selected, directly to Lightroom in one single click. You can also take it to a local folder on your machine. You can also export it as file names and ship it to your editor. There are multiple ways of export, but the best way to export photos is to go and click this export button, and then it will show you all the options by which you can export photos. You can take it to Lightroom. You can take it to Capture One. So we are going to take it to Lightroom, and I'll show you, the process in which the photos directly goes to Lightroom with one single click, and you can start your process from there. So remember what we have discussed so far in the Culling app. It's very straightforward and easy. You click, create a new project, put your photos, let the AI do its stuff. You walk away, prepare a coffee. When AI is done, it will give you a notification. You can just come back to your desk. Everything is done. You go to your selected files, review them quickly one by one each. In the review process, you take help of the face views that comes on the right hand side where there are faces. After the review process is done, you just click export and take everything to Lightroom. Straightforward, 3 to 4 steps. And then from Lightroom, you start your editing workflow. And before we move to the editing workflow, I'll ask Jim to come back and ask if there are any questions, and we'll answer that before we jump into how FilterPixel help you in editing as well.
Well, you guys, I hope this is helping. This is a lot of good information. I use this so much stuff that's done behind the scenes that it's you've made it very easy for us to go through this process. It seems very intuitive. The buttons are all in the right places so that we can find them easily. So that's fantastic. So I do see several comments. I don't see any questions yet, though, and I'll put some of them up. Uh, uh, this says Facebook user, so I don't know who it is, but anything to make us volume photographers' job easier, I'll take it. You know what? I think a lot of us would agree with that statement. So thank you for posting that for us.
Yeah.
Uh,
So are there any? Oh,
there's another one. I need this app for color grading and DaVinci Resolve. That's for a future update, I guess, right?
well, I'll show you how color grading happens today as well. I'll show you in
Nice,
the editing step.
nice. Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, you definitely need this if you are shooting thousands of photos and in 2023 you're still sitting in front of the computer and doing it manually. You
Oh yeah.
literally have to save your life.
Man, if you're not using AI, I understand it's still relatively new. I mean, that totally makes sense. I understand some hesitation towards. In fact, I'm curious. I use what your opinion is. If someone is reluctant. So I've got that question for you. What's your advice to someone who is reluctant to implementing AI into their workflow?
Well, I understand that because anything new introduces resistance in your life, but it's a process of learning. I would not say to go and just run behind AI. I would say try it. Reason is, until you try it, you are just living your life by somebody else's opinion. And because your life is your life, you should be able to take decisions over it. If you try AI and then you realize it's not for you, then it's a different story. But until you try it and you form an opinion, it's actually not your opinion. It's somebody else's opinion. I, just checking. Sorry. Oh, is it
Is that, is that
still
background noise
nice?
back? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'm just trying what I can do. Is it very bad?
It just sounds like you have like you're in a warm environment and you've got some nice cool air blowing on you.
Okay, let me check what I can do.
Nope, that did it.
No, 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 that didn't did it. I just
And then it came back.
closed my mic.
Oh,
Okay. Anyways, I'll try to figure out what I can do over here. Is it better?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
sound is different, but yeah, it's better.
Yeah, because I have closed my mic and used my MacBook mic. I think that's fair. It's fine if
Ah,
there is no noise, right?
correct. And I'll turn up the volume a little bit because it's a little bit quieter.
Okay, cool. So what I was saying is, you know, you just use your own intelligence and your own opinion when it comes to deciding whether AI is for you or not. So instead of relying on other people' choice and perspectives, or just by listening to someone and thinking like, "Hey, I'm scared of AI. I'm not gonna use it." No, that's not the right way to think about it. Every time a new technology is introduced, you can be the early adopter or you can be the later majority. You have to decide in which equation you want to fall in. Just remember, when DSLR and film came in, when there was film and then there was digital and then people were not shifting to digital and people were scared of digital, and now everybody is like digital, digital, digital. Nobody talks about much about film. So people who took leverage at that point of time by shifting quickly to digital became the pro digital photographers, having so much experience in the industry. And people who were in the later majority who shifted back after a while, after seeing everyone is shifted to digital, uh, are in a different kind of zone today.
That is a good
So
analogy because there were a lot of photographers. The first digital camera that was available to the pros was in 1991, but it was so expensive that the majority of us weren't even aware of it. But by the early 2000s, I switched in 2002. I had bought a digital camera before, but I didn't switch to it for my business until 2002. And there were others who never switched, and they, just let their career just end as a result. They didn't choose to switch. It took some extra effort to learn the new systems, and with AI, it's similar. It takes a little bit of effort to learn them, but it's so much easier to learn the FilterPixel and other AI programs that it's a comparison, but it's an apples to orange comparison because this is way easier than switching from film to digital, but
and
it's definitely a comparison that people can understand.
and then I will show you one thing which would be more interesting and easier. If you take my screen back, I'll show you how this makes it more easier when you are into an AI culling app and then you wanna edit photos. So the problem that we realized in the editing process, and I think people in the audience who are watching this can relate, um, we all apply presets. But the problem with presets are that even after applying presets in Lightroom, we have to tweak every single slider because presets are kind of same mathematics over every photo. So presets don't understand what is inside the photo, like what is the light, from where it is coming. They don't even understand the context before applying those editing settings to your photos. One thing AI can do is it can understand the photo before it edits that. And that's how we created our editing, and we came across how we can automate or help photographers to save editing time so that they don't have to manually edit their photos themselves. And I'll show you quickly what we have done. So after you are in the Culling app, you click export, and I have shown you previously that you click a button, take it to Lightroom. Now, when you are in the Lightroom, let's say I'm here in the library, and what we offer is something called FilterPixel editing plugin. It's launched recently, so you'll not see it so much popular, but it's in beta, and it's working because a lot of people have already used it. If you are part of FilterPixel family group, again, you will see people talking about this using the hashtag FilterPixel edits. So what you do is, if you have taken all the photos to Lightroom like this, you select all of them that you want to edit, and you'll go to File, then you will go to plugin extras, and if the plugin is already installed into your Lightroom, which probably after this live we will share in the comment section how you can install the plugin and download it, you can just click edit with FilterPixel edits. So this is so simple that once you click edit, it open FilterPixel edits app just like it has opened the Culling app from the Lightroom. So basically, again, that's the easiest workflow. You come from a photo shoot, you put all the photos into FilterPixel culling app, you take them to Lightroom after the culling process, you use the Lightroom plugin, FilterPixel Lightroom plugin, to edit them, and it starts the editing process right away. So you see the top bar, it is first of all saving all your settings that you already have in Lightroom, and then it will give you few options to edit, like which are the AI profiles that are trained by other photographers in the world. So you can choose any famous photographer's style and edit just like them, or you can train your own style as well. So if you have photos that you have been manually editing from over years, let's say you have 3,000 edited raw files, we just need 3,000 edited raw files, and we can train an AI that edits just like you, that can understand what settings do you place in terms of exposure to contrast to color temperature, and basically it remembers all those settings, and it just edits like you from the Lightroom plugin. So it's a very easy and straightforward way of editing in the FilterPixel. It's opening, saving metadata, and before it opens, I'll show you some before and after probably, because these files I have already edited before coming to the demo, so that I can actually show you some results. So let's go to develop, and let's see few of these results. Before, so you see also the history, like you also see the before and after directly into Lightroom. This is edited by using a style that is already there in the Lightroom, uh, in the Lightroom plugin that we have. And there are three uh, pre-built styles that we have currently. The pre-built AI, so you can use, and you can choose whatever works for you, uh, from those styles. So right now you see that the editing app is opening, at here, and then once it's open, it asks you to choose a profile from the sidebar. It's very basic, as I said, because it's recently launched. It's free for now. We don't charge anything for that. We just ask you to give feedback in the community. And there are three profiles which are public, which are trained by other people in the world, which you can use, and if it matches your style, well and good. Otherwise, you can train your own AI. So this is Dreamtone by Garment. This is Adore by Dominic Lemoine. He's a UK-based photographer. Then there's Timeless by Vanessa Norris. So for this particular project, I used Adore by Dominic Lemoine, and you can see like what Dominic's style is. And if you like his style, you can just start the editing process by clicking Start Editing.
So you click start editing, the editing process starts. Once you click start editing, it will ask you to close your Lightroom, and then starts the editing process. So it says like, please close your Lightroom. And then after you close your Lightroom, it starts the editing process right at the top bar. And once it is done, you again get a notification, editing is done, review your photos in Lightroom. So once you click that button, Lightroom automatically opens. um, I'm showing you few edited photos that has already been done by this AI, and I'll try to find few photos from the sample that I got from a wedding. So this is the previous, like the before. This is the after. So you can see like what AI has done. It has correctly identified what's the temp, tint, exposure, contrast things can be. It has identified the HSL, color grading. Somebody asked color grading. So it has done the color grading, and move those parameters at the right setting so that you don't have to touch them. So based on what your settings are, you can see the before and after, and you don't have to tweak it. Like the only thing you have to do is ship it. Probably even if it is not your style, like you might have to do it some 5%, 6% of the work, but not like from the boilerplate, from the very start. So this is what the editing is. We are adding more parameters right now to this particular uh, you know editing program. So we started with some basic parameters, then we added more. We have also added now HSL to, we have also added color grading, we have added exposure, contrast, highlights, whites and blacks, texture, clarity, dehaze. So that's all that we have already. Template, white balance to solve white balance. We have worked on details, we have done on lens, we have worked on lens correction. So that's all is auto corrected, that's all is auto set up using AI. And remember, it's AI, so it understand what is inside the photo, so don't need to tweak it. So this is the very simple. Again, FilterPixel is all about simplicity. So it's the, again, very simple demo that I want to showcase, but the rest of the things will come from you when you try it yourself. The editing plugin is also free. You can go to filterpixel.com, which is our website. You will see editing written at the top. You click that editing in the navigation bar. You can download the plugin over there, add it to your Lightroom, start editing right away. Over to you, Jim.
Whew, more cool stuff. Hey, I'm curious. Having those options where someone else's style is there, that's pretty cool, especially to learn it. But I would assume that most photographers want to train it in their own style. But what have you found, and what do you see, and what's your opinion on that?
So if you see that, if you go to File again and the Lightroom, and then you go to plugin extras, you also see one button which says Train Your Own AI, which is trained with Filter Pixel edits. So when you click it, you just upload your Lightroom catalog, which contains 3,000 edited raw files or JPEGs. We can train now, and that's the new update. I'm glad that you asked. In this new update, you can also train AI on JPEGs rather than only raw files.
Ooh,
So,
cool.
this is something like a lot of people asked again in the community. There were a lot of people who worked on JPEGs and they were not having raw files. So we created, separate way in which they can upload again the JPEGs, edited JPEGs. But remember, only upload edited JPEGs if you shoot JPEGs. Don't be like you shoot raw and then you export it from Lightroom like JPEGs and then you upload. That doesn't work. So if you shoot JPEG, then upload JPEG, edited JPEG, and we will learn from that. If you shoot raw, then upload raw, and we will learn from that. So we need 3,000 edited raw files to train your AI. So the process is simple. You click the button, you upload a Lightroom catalog with your edited 3,000 edited raw files, and you submit it. Within 24 hours, you get an email from our site saying your editing profile is ready to use, and then you go to uh, you know, your simple way of using the editing app by clicking the Lightroom plugin, and you see the profile over here listed with these profiles, and you see your profile section appearing over here. That's where your profile comes in after it gets trained from our site.
So it looks like Carlos has asked this question: can you train multiple profiles? So I see in that list there's 3 there. Does that mean I can have multiple profiles for different types of jobs I do?
It's a very interesting question. There are people who have trained multiple profiles, and you are allowed to train as many profiles as you want. There's no restriction right now in how many profiles you can train. We would suggest, like, if you have so many photos, if you're doing work from years, like 6 years, 7 years, and you have so many photos, you should just put all those photos into one particular profile and let the AI figure out what to do when, right? But if you feel like you have a you kind of have different styles for different kind of work that you do. For example, you have a different one for portraits and different one for wedding. You should create 2 profiles with 3,000, 4,000 photos each, and that would help you out. That would help AI to take better decisions in terms of
Yeah.
you know where to do what. And basically at that moment, the AI is mindful of thinking like which profile, which genre it is and which profile has to be applied. So yes, the answer is yes. You can train multiple profiles, and they all will appear in the your profile section in the app. So once they are trained, you can choose any profile. You can even select few photos in the Lightroom catalog and edit it into a different style by using a different profile, and then the rest in a different profile. Some people do it when they want to do black and white editing. Like they create one profile for black and white, and they create one profile for color, and they choose a few photos from their catalog which they want to be edited in a black and white style, and they just select those, click the edit button, choose the black and white profile. They get edited black and white, and then they select the rest of them and edit them color.
That's perfect. That's great. Well, what kind of support and guidance can photographers expect when they dive into this update? And are there going to be any tutorials to help out with any of the new features?
So what we have done different this time after learning from community is we started thinking mindfully about curating content around whatever updates we are doing. So
Yeah.
the first and foremost thing that we are going to do after this live is we are going to release 2 short videos, like a minute, which would help you quickly start with what's new in Culling and how to use it. It's very short, crisp, so that you can watch it quickly and take a decision. The second important thing that we have done, and which is a big one, is we have revamped our entire blog. So if you go to filterpixel.com/blog right now, you'll be seeing a different, newly updated blog. And what we have decided is, like, whenever we are doing anything like this, we're gonna update the blog, and we'll share that information that we have on blog into our community, into our emails, so that people can see everything, curated at a certain place. And if they want to go back and check for resources, they have the blog ready for them to look for. So to answer your questions, do we have something that they can look for regarding the updates? One thing they can look for is our Facebook and Instagram channels, where we are going, or even community, where we are going to share the videos of what is coming new. It's shorts, so it's very quick way to grab information. And second, if they want to go into detail and read more in depth, then there is the new blog that we have launched, so they can just go and grab the blog.
That's perfect. Very cool. Thanks. I mean, we're it's one thing to listen or hear someone else talk about it. It's another thing to actually get in there and do it yourself. And it doesn't matter how easy something is if you don't know it yet. You're going to go in with a little bit of, I'm not sure how to do this. I don't know what to do next. Things that are going to be easy aren't easy yet. It's kind of like when you start driving a car, the very first time was difficult. But now you can drive the car, talk to someone on the phone, talk to the person next to you, and watch out for the crazy that's
Yeah.
on the right. And you don't even think about it while changing the radio station and the air conditioning setting. And so, yeah, things become easier. But at first, I think we walk into this with just a little bit of intimidation. And so having these like the FilterPixel community family page, FilterPixel family, having other people around to ask questions of, having this blog to look at, having tutorials or just something else in addition to, there it is beneficial. So thank you for doing those other things in addition to just having the fantastic software available for us.
Well, I would definitely say, like, again, these are all the suggestions coming out from the community, and it's not only us who are trying to just do it, but whatever we are thinking, it's more of suggestions that people are thinking, hey, so can I read in depth about your updates? Or sometimes people are like, hey, so I don't have time to look for big articles, can I just quickly go through what new is there, and I can grab that information while walking to my studio, or just listening uh, a minute or so. And people want, like, so as I said, there are different workflows, there are different ways in which people consume information. So it's really crucial for us to think about all the possibilities in which people want to learn about our stuff, and the community is helping us in creating those content bits, topics, and curate them in a way that they want to uh, learn. So in case, I would still say, in case uh, you know today you guys have any suggestions on what else needs to be done in the update, what else needs to be done on the blog, what else needs to be done in the community, feel free either to share in the community or drop me a DM. I don't mind. I just want this to become the best software in the world along with you.
Nice. I love it. You guys, I just took off the uh, that uh, QR code to the Pixel family, but that is one way that you're going to be able to dive more into this because there's people around to ask questions of. You're working with you're going to be in a community with other people who are doing similar things to what you're doing, so you're in good company. So I think that this is a fantastic way to get involved in the Filter Pixel community on Facebook. But it also has your participation causes the change that Filter Pixel is making in the product. So your answers to questions, your answers to the polls that are in there, how you respond affects how this software program progresses and becomes even better. And so that's why this is a fantastic community, because it is the key, the tool that's helping Ayush and his team make this a better, a continually better. It's already a fantastic program. And so, from our point of view, at least from mine, I'm thinking, how can you make this better? But I guess there's always a way to make things better. It's kind of like looking at a photograph. I think it's perfect now, and I look at it a month later, and I'm thinking there's 3 or 4 things that I should have done, that I could do. And so I guess nothing's ever perfect.
Yeah, true. I mean, like, I would also add to that, because there is an example, like, it's not only helping us, but it's also helping photographers in general. There was a chat I remember that came to us, a week back. Just the user just came in to understand what FilterPixel do on the chat, and while we were discussing how we can help them save time, they started asking about Lightroom questions. They started asking, like, hey, so do you know I'm stuck in Lightroom in such a way? I don't know. I just checked all over the internet, but I don't get that answer. What can I do? And I was not having any clue about what the person was asking, because I was also unaware about that question. So I asked him, hey, so here's our community, and you can join that, and you can post your question over there. There are, like, more than 2,500 photographers over there who just have different workflows. So one of them might have the answer for you. She just posted, and after a while there were like 5 to 6 comments over there to help her out in terms of what she can do. And that
Nice.
was the light bulb moment. I think about it. It's not only about filter pixel, it's about photography in general. It's about uplifting. It's not about the product, it's also about how people can help people so that they all can uplift each other and create a better world, which is technology driven. uh, you know at the same time, they're saving time but also helping each other grow themselves.
That sounds fantastic to me. Awesome. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to share about that before? I've got another question for you, but was there anything else you wanted to share about that before I move on to
No,
that?
I think like I have gave a very simple try to give a very simple demo.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much of it. I don't want to introduce more and more so that people get confused. I want them to go and try go to filterpixel.com, download the software, try whatever the app is, and try the Lightroom plugin. Ask us on the community, join the community, ask us on the community wherever they are stuck, and try to take every possible you know thing that is on the AI world today, so that they are not like the later majority, which I talked about. They are the early
Yeah.
adopters.
Yeah. Um, well, is there anything about the future stuff that you're working on? Maybe you want to give us a little peek into the future. What's coming up after this?
Uh, well, there are a lot of things which are planned, and if I reveal all of them, then there will be not no surprise. But
I feel
uh,
like the guest,
but
the talk show host on the 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock talk show host that's trying to get a little bit more information out of the guest about the movie that they're in, and they're not allowed to say anything unless they slip up. So
uh, I will like. I think there is something which is already planned, and I will talk about that rather than uh, you know what is way ahead. So what we realized is like after we introduced AI editing, people talked about what else you're gonna add into this uh, editing process. So one thing which we are working literally hard on is to help more people create their own profiles, and help them share their profiles with other people in the world. So if you create a profile, you can share with me. It's an editing profile, so I can use your style in a single click. And if I'm an educator and I have thousands of students, uh, then I can create my style, which is an AI style, and then I can share it with my thousands of students who can use my style and just edit how I edit, right? And they can also create beautiful memories and beautiful photos. So one thing is the sharing bit piece, which we want to attach with what we have created so far, which is pretty interesting for those who don't have enough photos to get their AI trained on, or those who want to get inspiration from what other people are doing in the world. And that's one. And the second is definitely a very common feature which has a lot of feature requests in the community, which was tone curve. So currently in the editing process, we don't have tone curve, and we are bringing tone curve next, where that tone curve will be accounted when you train your AI. So so basically, um, you can actually use you use tone curve actually in your editing processes. So that's something which is already on track. Definitely, there are a lot of updates on the AI end, which includes improving the accuracy of both AI editing and AI culling, and understanding more in depth where the AI is still having issues, and trying to find out those by talking to users and trying to talk to community regarding them and improving them. And we know that we are already leading the AI bandwagon, and what we need is just the support of the community to tell where we can improve more, and then we will do that as well.
great. Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of stuff that you've done that we can currently benefit from. There's a lot of stuff that's on the horizon that you're still working on. So this is fantastic. And I before I move into talking about what's going to happen, is there any closing thoughts or comments you want to share, or have you covered everything you needed to? Because it sounds like you might have covered everything you need to, because you covered a lot.
Yeah, just few links that I want them to look for. I think
Okay.
you are already sharing them, but I would just speak them out. FilterPixel.com provides you the you know the software for the culling. So you go to FilterPixel.com, sign up, and you get 14 days free trial for the culling. You then go for editing by going to filterpixel.com/editing, and you get the editing product, which is the Lightroom plugin from there. The editing plugin is totally free. So you don't even have a trial right now for that. It's in beta. All you need to do is use it, provide your feedback in the FilterPixel family group. There's a QR code that you can scan to join it. Um, One important thing, when we launched FilterPixel editing in June, we launched the beta, and then there were a lot of people who were asking how they can purchase it, and we were not having the pricing. So we thought they're providing a lot of feedback. So why? And we want to charge subscriptions in the future. Subscription means uh, unlimited photos at a fixed price rather than price per photo. So we don't want to go price per
Good.
photo. We want to go unlimited photos for a fixed price in future.
Mhm.
But because these people are providing a lot of feedback, what can we do for them in the community? So we started a process in the community where we were like, if you provide feedback to us, we will give you the lifetime option to get both editing and culling at a fixed price. So a lot of people provided feedbacks, and we gave them the payment link in their direct message where they were able to get both culling and editing for the lifetime. I mean, they don't pay even subscriptions now. They just got it for the lifetime. And the deal cost at that point was $499. So we were charging $499. We were giving them both culling and editing, but we were not charging anything after that. No subscriptions.
Wow.
And because the editing was unlimited, everybody was so happy. And congratulations to all who got that, the lucky ones. We are closing that now. We are closing that on 20th of September. So there will be no such lifetime option. The same at the same price on 20th of September. On from 20th of September, we are launching again the beta phase 2, which means it would be a better product, but on a bit increased price, right? We will still reveal on 20th of September what will be that increased price, but we will reveal that, and that would be the lifetime deal again. So we will still have 100 lifetime deals at a bit increased price, and then we will finally move to subscriptions. So we have launched beta phase 1, then we are launching beta phase 2, and nearly in October or mid of October, we are planning to launch subscription pricing for editing.
All right.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
so
Good.
that was yeah.
Yeah. Whew, a lot of good stuff. And so now have we covered everything? 'Cause that's a lot of
Uh,
good stuff. And you guys who are watching, if you've got any thoughts or questions, well, I still have Ayush here with me, and feel free to ask those questions. And do me a favor. He's a busy guy, which you can probably imagine. He loves this stuff, and so he's more than happy to give you his time. But I want you to do me a favor and in the comments say thanks. Give him some appreciation. Give him, tell him, give him some acknowledgement of the work that he's doing. Say, man, Ayush, you're doing some good work here. Or just as simple as thank you, Ayush, or just thanks. But share that in the comments right now. That he probably doesn't need our appreciation in order to keep on doing a fantastic job, but we want to give it to you because we appreciate it. And we want you to know that we appreciate all the work, the hard work that you and your team have put together to make this happen, to make, to reduce the amount of time on every single job that we do. And, this effort that you've put in benefits us and at an incredibly low price. So thank you for all that you do. It's fantastic. So,
well, thank you
um,
so much for all of that.
no, it looks like I have a couple of questions. I better
Okay,
go back to that.
I'm ready.
Let's see. Uh, 7 days for the lifetime deal.
The lifetime deal still will be an option, but not at $499. So
So
it's not going to be an exponential increase in the price, but yes, there will be an increase in price because the people who have purchased it in the early phase have taken more risk. So we don't want them to feel like that they purchased it at the same price. So there will be an increase, and after that, believe me, when it will be subscription, you will miss the lifetime deal for sure.
nice, awesome. Uh, let's see. That was from Carlos, and let's see. The rest of these, I don't think are questions. Uh, tone curve,
Yeah, we are going to introduce it in the next update.
awesome. Let's see, what else do I have here? Just people saying thanks. A bunch of good people saying thank you. They appreciate the information. So I'm probably going through those way too fast, but it's just because there's a bunch of them. And I definitely appreciate you guys saying thank you to both of us in this particular instance. But I'm saying thank you to Ayush is what I'm after. And so, um, well, I I know our audience is excited, and so I want to say thank you to you, Ayush, so much for giving us this inside look at what's going on behind the scenes at FilterPixel. And so it's exciting to see all the new updates, the new initiatives on the horizon, and your passion for empowering photographers through software tools. It's inspiring. So under your visionary leadership, FilterPixel continues to thrive and equip photographers to take their workflow to the next level. So I know our audience is excited and eager to take advantage of all the latest features that you and your team keep on rolling out. And so keep up the amazing work. We can't wait to see what innovative ideas that you have in store for Pixel excuse me, for Filter Pixel. So we are looking forward to next month's update, since you're going to be doing this on the second Monday or second Wednesday of every single month. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true.
Coming on and tell more about what's going on. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today. I know you need to get back to doing the things that you are doing to help us become heroes. So I guess I'll let you get back to that.
Thank you so much for inviting me here, and thank you so much whoever was there on the chat and appreciated us.
Thanks, Ayush. All right, you guys. A huge thank you to Ayush and his team. Man, they are doing fantastic work. It's exciting. I mean, this new stuff that we get to experience, this new AI stuff, and how it is contributing to our business is fantastic. It's exciting. Yes, it's overwhelming and intimidating at first, but man, is it ever something that is valuable to us. I mean, we as creatives, as photographers, often complain about how long things take. Well, that culling process and the editing process afterwards, it doesn't take long any longer. So yes, you do have to train the AI on your style, but that's not hard. And so once it's done, it is so easy, so quick. You just gain so much more time back. You can use that to spend time with family. You can use that to spend more time marketing to get more business. But now you have it to use. So, oh, man, Filter Pixel, you guys rock. So it's always interesting to hear what's going on. It's uplifting to know that they are working so hard to make our workflow easier. Now, we're coming to the end of the show, and I want to tell you about what we're going to be doing next week. So, do me a favor before I tell you what we're the special guest. You're going to like the special guest we have for next week. But do me a favor in the comments. Can you give me one takeaway from today? I mean, you could just say thank you if you wanted to. That's fine. That's good. That's exciting. That's wonderful. But could you do me one favor and maybe give one takeaway, one something that you learned from today? And I do know that there are some posts and things in here that we need to get back to afterwards that really didn't fit into the show. And so expect us to get back with you. We're looking at those comments. We'll get back to you on those. But tell me a takeaway. What did you get from this today. Anything interesting? Anything that you can use? Tell me in the comments. All right. So the Filter Pixel Live show is weekly, Wednesdays, 1 p.m. And I, so I want to tell you next week's show. um, we have Missy DePiro. Now, you've probably heard the name DePiro before because of Megan DePiro. And yes, there is a relationship there. Missy and Megan are sisters in law. Megan married into that name. Missy is a DePiro by birth. But that doesn't matter because what she's bringing to us is pretty cool, pretty exciting. You're going to want to hear about this. So, the title of her message is Less Math, More Magic. Design and sell wall art with Frame Suite. Now, this is a program, and I'm going to bring that up on the screen so you can watch that so you can see that with me. There we go. But she's going to be sharing quite a bit of stuff, but let me give a little bit of background about her because her life is quite interesting. She has over 50 IMDb credits to her name. That's impressive. Missy DePiro has spent the last 10 years working in film and television in the art and costume departments, notably production designer, art director, set decorator, costume designer, and graphic designer. Splitting her time between Los Angeles and New York City, she designed for Hollywood blockbusters such as Shotgun Wedding in 2023, independent films, Sci-Fi Channel, Hover, uh, the show Hover, major network TV movies like Lifetime's Christmas on Ice. I bet you've heard of it. So, and TV series, Fox's reality dance competition, The Real Dirty Dancing in 2022. So, designing and decorating walls for every genre has been a key factor throughout her career. And personalized wall art is always necessary in every home. She now works with Frame Suite as a client concierge. Having attended Megan DePiro's Wall Art Revolution seminar and realizing that Frame Suite is to the photography industry similar to what she's been doing in the film industry, wrapped up in an easy to use software application. You can find more about Missy and Frame Suite by going to their Facebook community at Frame Suite Insiders. Frame Suite Insiders. But you can hear it firsthand by just putting on your calendar 1 week from today at 1 p.m. Central Time. You may not be in that same time zone. So the same time as today, you get to hear it firsthand from Missy DePiro herself in her presentation, Less Math, More Magic, Design and Sell Wall Art with Frame Suite. All right. I hope to see you guys next week. I want you to tune in every single week. Put this on your calendar because we're going to bring in exciting people to talk with. We're going to have more topics impacting photographers here on FilterPixel Live. We're committed to providing the photography community with inspiring stories and practical advice to empower your work. If you haven't already, check out filterpixel.com. Download the software. It'll make a huge impact on your workflow. And if you haven't joined the FilterPixel family on Facebook, then I'm inviting you to take advantage of being a member. And I'll put that QR code back on the screen real quick so you can see it. All you gotta do is take your phone, click on the camera app, and it will show up on your screen. You just click it, and boom, you are on the FilterPixel family. And so that's what I want you to do right now. But today we had a wonderful update on what FilterPixel is doing by Ayush. I want one more time to thank you, Ayush, for doing such a fantastic job, and your team, because they clearly care about what's going on, making some fantastic improvements and growth. I mean, this is exciting. So thank you, Ayush, for doing what you do, and your team, because you guys are awesome. You rock. All right. Your dreams are waiting. I believe in you. Now get out there and get them. For FilterPixel Live, this is Jim Landers. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on FilterPixel Live. I look forward to watching you grow. Bye for now. Appreciate you guys.